is 6 o'clock, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. Real quick, we will please stand for the pledge and the opening prayer. I'll lead us in those. Bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the day that you have given us. We thank you for all the blessings you pour out. And we ask, Father, that you continue to watch over the city of Niceville and pour out your grace and mercy and all your blessings. Father, I ask tonight that you grant us wisdom as we conduct business at hand. And I thank you again for all the citizens who live here in this great city. We ask now, Father, that you be glorified in all that's said and done. I ask this in the precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I am going to call the roll. Mr. Stoffer. Here. Mr. Rominger. Here. Miss Alley. Here. Mr. Schatzel. Here. And Mr. Tolbert. Here. Let the record reflect that all are present for this meeting. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda before we approve it?
One deletion, D1 Youth Council update, no meeting today.
Okay, we'll delete D1. Any other additions or deletions?
Mayor, I'd like to say on Delta 2, D2, an award presentation.
Actually, it'll be D3 or 4. So
Yeah, underneath.
yeah, right. And I'm also adding a presentation that I'll be doing this evening as well. All right, with that deletion and those two additions, are there any others? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. All right, we'll move down to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And second by Mr. Schatzel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, like sign. All righty, I think we're at that point where we're going to move down to the awards, proclamations, and presentations. And so I'm going to make the first two presentations, so if you'll bear with me for a second. I'm going to borrow your table space right there for a second. All right, this is the fun stuff right here. I am going to ask Debbie Lewis to come forward. Come here, Debbie. Come over here. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you. All right, so her supporters are back there in the back. They all came in tonight. That's awesome. They're waving. Most of you know Debbie as the Christmas lady. And she has done for years a tremendous job with all the Christmas decorations that she personally has accumulated over the years. She loves Christmas time. But more importantly, she loves her community. And she is what I would call the consummate volunteer. She is volunteering, doing all kinds of things, but first you need to know a little bit about her. She's been married to her husband for 43 years.
Yeah, lucky him.
Lucky him. And she moved into this community and has been here for, what was it, about 32 years?
Almost 94.
Oh, there you go. And she's a member of the Regional Mustang Club. Wave your hand back there, folks. Good job. But, as I said, she's like the consummate volunteer. At her church, Generations United, she puts on and leads, I should say, the annual Halloween on the Hill. And she's been doing that for a number of years. Ever since it started. There you go. is that 15 years?
Something like that.
Something like 15 years. And she, you know, makes these kids happy. You know, she gets them on sugar highs, you know. Anyway, she does a great job. She also is involved not only in the church, but in church outreach where she supports food pantries, education programs. She's involved with the Niceville Chamber of Commerce. She's involved with the Rotary Club. She helps with the Christmas parade. You know, she's that gal out there that's marshaling everybody. And she is like waving people down and telling them where they need to go. And so, and she's been helping us these first 2 years with our Veterans Day parade. And she does an outstanding job. And I just wanted to read just one paragraph. And this is what it says. Debbie Lewis embodies what it means to give selflessly. Her dedication and tireless efforts deserve the highest recognition. And so that recognition is my honor tonight. I'm going to grant you the key to the city. So, you know, this was so important. This was so important. Get people who want to take photos of this? Come on, you get up here close. It's all right. Roll on up here.
Now I know why American is here. Oh, and John Patton too. Oh my goodness. You guys are so sneaky.
Now, hold on to that. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. They decided that you really needed a big key. So, here is the big key.
So now would be a time for me when I would typically say, "Go Niceville." If you hear that in a crowd, it's me.
Do you have anything else you want to say? This is your moment.
I am truly honored and not expecting this at all. Somebody else had gotten a key that I knew recently, and I went, "Dang, you're really special." But thank you all. This is like really incredible. Wow. I'm like speechless. This is really fabulous. This is awesome. Really is. Such an honor. So thank you all for allowing me to have this. Oh my goodness.
She's not usually lost for words.
You're Niceville.
Goodness, thank you. Oh, I'm special, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Well, needless to say, I think most of you agree Debbie deserves that recognition. She does an outstanding job in everything that she does. Now, we have another special recognition that I want to do, and I'm going to ask Miss Elaine Lajeunesse to come up here. Howdy. For those of you who don't know Elaine, she actually works out at the base, but she works in our community with all the students and stuff here from K through 12. So Elaine is the 96 Test Wing School Liaison Program Manager for K through 12 and the STEM programs, right? So she is one of those that is very much involved in what goes on in our community when it comes to school and our children. And I tell you what, I see her at a lot of functions that involve schools and so forth. Elaine's always there. She is also one of those that does a lot of tremendous things. One of them, have any of you ever heard about the backpack drive, the school backpacks? This is the person right here that makes that program go. She is, the program is called I've Got Your Backpack. And in partnership with Dollar Tree and Operation Homefront, she provides these children with all the school supplies to start the year off. And as you can guess, she's quite the patriot. It shines through on her ongoing commitments to veterans. For 7 years, she has provided flags to every Niceville school for Veterans Day observance, and instilling pride and reverence with strengthening bonds between the students and those who serve. And thank you for doing that. She is they use the word pillar. She is a pillar of support to military families. And most of you know, with the Operations Temple that we had going, families were without mom or dad for long periods of the time. And what she does to help make that transition a little smoother is outstanding. And so I wanted to recognize you tonight for that work. So here's what I'm going to say in this last paragraph. We gratefully recognize Miss Elaine Lajeunesse for her exceptional service, unwavering support. Her legacy of generosity, empathy, and lasting impact makes both Okaloosa County and the city of Niceville stronger. And with that, we have the plaque to go along with it. I know we got to have people out there who want to take photos.
Thank you.
Let's do this. You hold that and that, and let's get those photos.
All right, you ready?
This is my son.
Yeah.
That's Daniel.
3, 2, 1. Nice.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. Everybody.
Sir, I'm honored. When we moved here in Niceville in 2009, as we traveled our 24 and a half years of military service, God called us to Niceville.
Amen.
And Niceville has been our community. We love what we do. The work that I've been doing, I do value our veterans. I'm an advocate for the total force warfighter, military member spouse, and military connected student. And Okaloosa County School District has the largest military student in all of 67 districts in the state of Florida. So for me, it's not only a job, it's actually a calling. And so I'm blessed to be a part of Niceville and a part of this community that you have given back to me and have supported me in my meetings at the Florida Defense Alliance, the Tri-County Partnership, and I thank you for honoring me with this. Thank you,
Now, I don't have 2 awards to present, but I would like to share with you that 2 weekends ago, the 37th Annual Thunderbird Intertribal Powwow was held at our Mullet Festival sites. And I was asked if I would be available to represent the city because they wanted to recognize the city, especially the Public Works Department that have gone above and beyond to get the site prepared for all the years that they have been up there. And they presented me, on behalf of the city, on behalf of their intertribal powwow, a plaque of an Indian chief, and it says on it, "To the city of Niceville, thank you for your many years of support, the Thunderbird Intertribal Powwow." And at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Dykes to come up and accept this, and I'm sure you will find a great place to display it.
That's for sure.
And thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we are going to move down to the public hearings, the first readings for everyone. So let's start with the ordinance number 25-12-01. Wendy?
This is a request to amend the official zoning map from single-family residential R1 zoning district to single or multifamily residential R2 zoning district. The future land use map designation will remain mixed use. This subject property is located at 723 723 Powell Drive and can be identified by parcel ID number 061-22-2100-0011-0060.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Stopper. Discussion by the council. Do we need to have Chris come forward and address this real quick? Give us a lowdown.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. This is a probably pretty straightforward request. It's on Powell Drive, just down the street here. It went through the Planning Commission at their last hearing and was recommended 4-0 for approval. It's just a request to change from R1 to R2 multifamily residential. It is in a mixed-use future land use category already, and it's within the CRA. So, they're just looking to do 2 units like townhome style development instead of a single-family home. They could really do that with mixed use already with the density and all allowances there, but this really helps clean up the zoning map and just make it consistent and complete in the city.
Any questions or from the council?
I have one question. Was there any pushback from any of the neighbors?
We did not receive any comments for or against it.
And let me remind the council, please speak clearly into the microphone, get it close to your lips. Any other comments or questions by the council or discussion?
Yes.
Mr. Tolbert.
Just to clarify, this is within the CRA area, right? So no responsibility to even come to us. This is all pre-approved, so this is kind of just to clean up our maps to make sure we're correct.
Yes, sir. Yes. They did request it. They came to us, but we're exactly right. Yes.
Okay. Should we preemptively clean up our maps?
It's something actually we've talked about on the to-do list for sure. We're working through that comp plan update, and then yes, that's okay. Yes.
So to piggyback on that question there, so anybody within that can just come in and say, oh, I'm gonna be R2 instead of R1 without coming to the council?
They can't be rezoned, but they can do, if the future land use of the property within the CRA is mixed use, they can develop it to the densities to allow those types of uses.
Right, but they can do it through the amendment to that piece of property only.
Yes, correct.
Because I was reading this here, that says amending the official zoning map.
Right.
And we're only asking for rezoning of that particular parcel.
Yes, sir. This would, yes, rezone just that specific parcel.
Any other questions or comments? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, my name is Robert Cordier. I'm the contractor that's going to build that property, build out the plane. I've already built the duplex at 718 Powell. So we just represent, I'm here to answer any questions, anything you might want to know. It's a 1,500, each side will be about 1,500 feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. It's a nice looking unit, so definitely. And we're replacing a 900 square foot 1954 post beam that's not in very good shape.
Any questions or comments? Go ahead, Mr. Chattel.
Could you say again the unit that you've already completed up the street at
718?
718?
718.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you. Appreciate it. Would anybody else like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert.
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel.
Yes.
Miss Alley.
Yes.
Mr. Rominger.
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer.
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-12-02.
An ordinance of the City of Niceville, Florida, amending Chapter 5, Article 2, and Article 3 of the Code of Ordinances to update references to the Florida Building Code and the National Electrical Code, providing for severability, enforcement, conflicts, codification, and an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Tolbert. Chris, is this one that you can speak to as well? All right.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, this is something that me and my team, we identified here recently. It's really a housekeeping item. The Florida Building Code and National Electrical Code are updated every 3 years. And so with this, the current code of ordinances just references an outdated version of the Florida Building Code. And so just to be consistent with what the actual adopted code is statewide, is that we just want to update these couple of sections in the code of ordinances We did rework the language just to reference latest version so that we don't have to be back here every 3 years doing that. It's kind of the standard that we've seen a lot of jurisdictions take, so we just mirrored, that type of language in here.
Any questions or comments from the council?
I have one that's directed towards the manager. During this process, this is probably falls within building inspection type of arena that they would have to be very familiar with our codes. We have a plan, we said you're gonna come back to us with a plan for how we're gonna proceed with building inspection. We've been subbing out to county for a while now. Are we gonna continue that process?
No, sir, we actually hired a building inspector, what's it been on team, 30 days, 45 days?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Thank you. Any other comments or questions from the council? Would anybody like to come, in the audience, like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-12-03.
An ordinance adopting the amended final budget changes for the city of Niceville for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2024, and an ordinance adopting and approving the appropriations set forth in said budget for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2024, and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
second.
Second by Mr. Schatzel. Mr. Dykes, you want to address this?
Yes, sir, thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. So much like the last ordinance, this is just cleaning up fiscal year 25. There's a couple of things of note. I have the authority under the charter to move funding internal to a department, but not between departments, and that's where you would come in. So that's one reason we're doing this. A couple of the departments you will note went over budget for most of them for unexpected expenses. So while several general fund departments were over budget, the general fund as a whole was well under budget. And so we're just amending the budget to ensure that none of those departments for auditing purposes are over budget, but also to clean up the budget, because you will note that once we amend the budget, the actual amended budget will be almost $2.8 million less than the council approved at the beginning of fiscal year 25. I will note that although the amended budget is just over $20 million, the actual fiscal year 25 expenses are even less than that. So I think we didn't even cross the $20 million general fund threshold. It was somewhere 19 million and change. But this is really housekeeping for auditing purposes, to clean up the budget and reduce the budget as a whole, because again, we were 2.8, almost 2.8 under what the council actually approved at the beginning of fiscal year 25. I can address specifics if you have individual questions about the line items, but that's why we're doing this, or proposing to do this.
Questions or comments from the council?
So if I understand this, we have a surplus then of 2.8 million?
No, so we just didn't spend it. So as you'll know, if you look on the first page of the ordinance, those top two, those were really, those numbers, part of that was ARPA, that was in the general fund that we moved to the water and sewer fund to cover the Deer Moss Creek reuse water line. The second one there is TDD money that we did not use. We were going to get 1.6 million in TDD dollars to build the dock and pier, but obviously we didn't get to construction last year. We will use that money this year when construction starts in January. So those are the two biggest pieces. You'll see the Valpy revenue that was generated from the Valpy Fire Department that was not budgeted in fiscal year 25 because the contract had just gotten into place, but after the fiscal year started. So that's where the bulk of it is. There's not really extra money in the budget. We're just spending a lot less than we had planned to.
Well, I understand that. When I read this, we have a surplus of 2.8 million. that we did not spend?
Well, and again, sir, we don't have a surplus because some of this money, again, was not revenue money. The other piece of it is, we didn't, the actual revenues that came in, aside from ARPA, aside from TDD, did not match the budgeted revenue that we had projected. And so, while the numbers are closer to 19 million, for both revenue and expenses, there was no excess. And any excess we have, it's in our reserves, but there was very limited excess, if any at all.
So that money goes to the reserves then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So then,
But again, don't misunderstand. This makes it look like we had $23 million in revenue and $19 million in expenses. That's not the case at all. The revenues, the actual revenues, I guess I should have put that on here. The actual revenues for fiscal year 25 were, for the general fund, were 19 million-ish. So that the actual revenues and the actual expenses are more aligned.
okay, well, I applaud you for the, I'm gonna use the word surplus, because that's what I'm viewing this as. So then, where does that get shifted to then? So those projects get carried over, and that money just carries over to 2026?
Yes, sir. So as an example, those top two, the ARPA dollars, those were transferred into the water and sewer operating fund. That money will be used to cover or if it hasn't been spent already, the remaining balance of the expenses associated with the reused water line that's going down 293 out to Deer Moss Creek. And then again, the TDD dollars, that money's still available to us. Like, it's still sitting in the county pot. And we're gonna use it this year to build the dock and pier down on the bayou.
Okay, so this is basically reflecting some monies that we actually did not receive then?
Correct. The ARPA money we have, we just didn't spend it all. And then the TDD money, we had budgeted for it but did not use it.
All right, so that means we need to amend the 2026 budget?
No, sir, because that money's in the 2026 budget again.
So I just wanted to ask you about the reserves. So one of my concerns was pulling from reserves year after year after year, and it looks like we pulled less than you anticipated, maybe?
We did. We pulled less out of reserves than we had budgeted last year. If you recall, the year before, we didn't pull any money out of reserves at all. This year we did. I don't remember, it was 2 million? It was 2 million-ish we pulled out of reserves to make the budget balance for this year.
Fiscal.
For fiscal year 25.
Okay.
But we had budgeted 2.8, 2.9, but only used 2 million of it.
Any other questions or comments from the council? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer?
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-12-04.
An ordinance of the City of Niceville, Florida, creating a Development Services Special Revenue Fund to account for revenues and expenditures associated with building permit, licensing, and development application fees, providing for purpose and intent, establishing separate sub-funds for building code enforcement and planning and development application activities, providing for revenue sources, expenditure limitations, and reporting requirements, providing for administration and internal controls, providing for conflicts, severability, codification, and an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rominger. Do we have anybody that wants to speak to this one?
Yes, sir. I'm going to defer to Chris and Steve on this one. The council, basically, this is setting up enterprise funds for the building department that probably should have been set up many, many years ago.
All right, Chris?
Thank you. Yes, as City Manager said, this is something after I arrived here and working with our Finance Director, City Manager here, we were discussing there's a lot of requirements and regulations in this part of statute when it comes to a building fund and what you can and can't collect revenues on, and what you can and can't spend those revenues on for expenses. And in reviewing the budget after I arrived, it was kind of hard to see, some of that separation in there. So working with the staff here, we and city attorney, we worked together to put this ordinance here that would be able to create its own fund for buildings, so we'll be able to track those revenues and expenses clearly going forward, and then all the other revenues and, application fees, business tax receipts, the rezoning application fees, things like that, will go into the planning and development sub-fund. And then for that, there is a state building permit and inspection utilization report. That's just something, it's an internal report that we have to do each year and just post on the website for the public to see. And by doing this, it'll be able to allow us to create that report and post it out there annually that we just haven't been doing yet.
Any questions? Go ahead, Mr. Tolman.
I got a couple. The effective date was effective immediately upon adoption. So we're going to try to roll that into this year's budget process.
Yes, yep, been working with the finance director to actually go ahead and, if approved, create those accounts and structure them.
So that will be an amendment to our budget.
No, sir, because the dollar amounts aren't going to change. The budget amounts won't change. It's just how we,
We're approving the bookkeeping of it too. When we approve a budget, we're approving the bookkeeping of that budget too. It's my impression. We're changing the bookkeeping standard. Yes? No? Yes? Okay.
I mean, so all you're doing is creating an enterprise fund.
Right.
The fund,
So is the enterprise fund self-sufficient?
it's going to be.
Okay, so that includes all salaries?
Yep, yes, sir, it's gonna be salaries, IT expenses, insurances.
Fire department getting a cut? Because it says they're part of they're one of the ones that are participating in this.
I don't think,
Their plans review. I'm just trying to figure out how we're dividing this pot of money up.
well, fortunately or unfortunately, how we divide this pot up is statutory. So
Right.
there are only certain things that we can charge, under the statute. And so as an example, I can charge Chris, and I can charge Lisa, I can charge, our building official, right? We can, the utilities, the water, the IT systems that they use, the vehicle that the building official, drives around, and the insurance, the gas, and that sort of thing. But there are some things that, are gonna be exempt, or not gonna be.
Making sure we're not profiteering off of
Correct.
off of the city.
100%.
I agree with the concept completely. I'm just trying to make sure that we have our plan for our adoption is solid.
Yes, so and the reason we got those two different, the sublines is because, again, statutorily, only certain money can go in one pot and only certain money can go in another. We can only use those pots of money for certain things, and the statute prohibits us from profiting to a great extent off of this. It caps how much money we can roll over from year to year, things of that nature, and if the pot gets too big, we have to roll back the fees or use it for building department expenses, and the statute's fairly robust on what we can and can't use this money for.
But if there are any money set aside, you'll earmark them for, can we have reserves in this category? Can they
Again,
build reserves for building their own building, et cetera?
correct, and again, we can do that
Okay.
to a certain extent. And again, the statute caps how much reserves we can have for a building department.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Did you say you had, did Bill need to come up? Phil, did you need to come up for anything?
Okay, we're good.
It's good, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion by the council?
I just want to commend Doug on his questions, because I like the depth in which you go into it to find out the answers to the questions that sometimes we don't even have the question and you seem to, so good job.
Would anybody not like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move down to continue on public hearings, the second and final reading. We'll start off with ordinance 25-10-03.
An ordinance to the City of Niceville, Florida, amending Chapter 5.6, Article 2 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Niceville, as such pertains to trees, providing for enforcement, severability, conflicts, codification, and an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Schatzel. Anybody want to come speak to this one?
Council, you've seen this once before. The only edits that I would note for you from what the changes from last meeting, or again, with regards to some sort of community committee to be on the tree committee. So I will direct your attention to paragraphs 5.6-27 through 5.6-31. Those are the only changes that I made to this proposed ordinance from last month. And again, those changes are based on comments from the council over the past, at the past couple council meetings.
Any questions or comments?
I do have a question.
Mr. Chaplin.
I'm not sure this should go to Mr. Deitz or to the mayor, but it says the Urban Forestry Advisory Committee shall consist of 5 members appointed by the city council. So how do you intend to bring the membership to us for approval?
Well, after we have if you approve the ordinance, we can bring some names for you. For Public Works, City Parks Department, the UF, I will bring all those, I'll bring some names to you as a proposal. There is one citizen that's usually here. He's very active, and he's the one that really brought this, is kind of moving this thing along, so that I'm going to probably recommend him as that citizen at large. But everybody else, I'll bring you the names at the next council meeting.
So you bring the recommendations and then we will approve it as a point, because it says as appointment.
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I just want to thank you for actually building that out and totally fleshing that out. I know we had resistance last month about this, so I appreciate the effort put into that. It looks good. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer?
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-11-01.
An ordinance of the City of Niceville, Florida, granting the right and non-exclusive franchise to Chalkahatchee Electrical Cooperative, Inc., its successors, and assigns to maintain and operate an electric plant and an electric transmission and distribution system in the City of Niceville, and to construct, maintain, operate, and extend electrical transmission and distribution lines in the streets and public places of said city, providing for findings, providing for grant of franchise privilege, providing for rights to operate, providing for franchise area and franchise fees, providing for non-exclusive use, providing for proper operation, providing for excavation, maintenance, and restoration, providing a hold harmless agreement, providing for liability insurance, providing for rates, rules, and regulations, providing for interruption of service, providing for metering of service, providing for term of franchise, providing for forfeiture of this franchise, providing for copies of other franchises, providing for monitoring performance and compliance, providing for electrical interference, providing for tree trimming, providing for severability of ordinance sections, providing for successors and assigns, providing for the repeal of all ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for surrender of rights, providing for written acceptance by Chalco, and providing an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve? So moved. And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rominger. Again, do we need to have anybody speak to this one? This is a second reading.
No, sir.
All right. Any questions or comments from the council? Would anybody else like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer?
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-11-02.
An ordinance of the City of Niceville, Florida, amending Chapter 4, the Code of Ordinances of Niceville, Florida, as such pertains to animals, and providing for enforcement, severability, conflicts, codifications, and an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Alley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Tolbert. Nothing?
No, sir.
Any questions or comments from the council? Go ahead, Mr.
So, this is for our city manager. Are there any changes made in this as presented tonight compared to last month?
No, sir.
Last month, I had asked about having a definition for a service animal. And although it talks to service animals in the ordinance, I didn't see it picked up. Can it still be added that we have a definition for a service animal?
I apologize, sir, I forgot about our conversation. It's defined in statute what a service animal is. And I thought I put that in the ordinance originally. There was a section in there about, I think, animals in businesses. And it speaks to service animals in that section. I don't think there's a definition. I didn't put a definition of service animals in the service animal, in the definition section.
I did find that section, you say service animals as defined under the American with Disabilities Act are permitted in public places, so I think by default that would be a definition. ADAs. I would discourage us from redefining what ADA is without.
No, I'm not asking about redefining. I'm just asking in the front here where we have all the definitions. For example, animal shelter, at large, a bite, a cat, a community cat, and et cetera, stuff like that. And that's where I was looking for it to be added as a definition. I do see that it is covered within the document itself, and if I'm willing to accept that, if you don't think it needs to be as a definition up front.
Well, sir, I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. If you want me to add in the ADA definition to the definition section of the ordinance, I'll be more than happy. We can continue this till next month and then add that definition and bring it back to you.
No, I'm not asking, I'd rather not see it continued. I'll
Okay.
vote for it because it's defined within the document.
All right, sir.
Are there any other questions or comments from the council? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Ominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoddard?
Yes.
Let's move down to ordinance 25-11-03.
An ordinance of the City of Niceville, Florida, providing for authority, creating section 1314 of the Code of Ordinances titled Control of Access to City Facilities, Facility Rules, Trespass Warnings, and Criminal Penalties, creating section 13-14.1 of the Code of Ordinances titled Appeals of Trespass Warnings, creating section 13-14.2 of the Code of Ordinances titled Duration of Trespass Warnings issued for violation of city ordinance, and providing for enforcement, severability, conflicts, codifications, and an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ominger. Do we need any changes?
No, sir, there's no changes to this ordinance.
Questions or comments from the council? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoddard?
Yes.
Let's move down to resolution 25-11-01.
A resolution of the City of Niceville amending the residential sanitation tipping fee rate resolution number 24-09-04 dated September 5th, 2024 to provide for a rate adjustment and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Miss Alley and Mr. Tolbert. Was that you that was
Second.
seconding? All right, Mr. Tolbert seconds. All right. Questions, comments from the council? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move to Resolution 25-11-02.
A resolution of the City of Niceville, Florida, accepting state appropriation funding in the amount of $350,000 from the General Appropriations Act, GAA, for the design and engineering of Crossings Boulevard, authorizing execution of the funding agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation, providing for severability and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rominger. Discussion by the council. Mr. Deitch, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Council, this is just required by the state. I've already signed the agreement, but they require a resolution by the council acknowledging that the legislative body of the municipality is accepting this money. And so it's just really a formality. As you recall, Rhett Meany went to Tallahassee last year during the last legislative session and got us this money for the design and engineering of Crossings Boulevard. It's just really a formality to check the block for the state.
Any other questions or comments? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move down to reports. City Manager, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. So first off, I want to thank everybody who participated in the Veterans Day Parade. Second annual, so thanks to everybody, particularly my teammates, Shanitra Francis, who drove the whole thing. This is kind of her brainchild from the beginning, and she's been the driving force behind it. But it doesn't happen without the public works, the police, the fire. It's an entire team effort. So I really, really sincerely thank my team for that. Certainly want to thank all the generous sponsors we have here in Niceville that supported the Veterans Day Parade, including the Manor of Blue Water Bay, Spine Life, Okaloosa Gas, Ace Pure Air Conditioning, Matrix, Randy Wise Homes, APCON, Church on Bayshore, and then there's a number of anonymous donors. And then, of course, I definitely want to give a big thanks to all the clubs, the organizations, the schools, the businesses who participated in the parade again this year. And I echo the mayor's earlier comments. Ms. Lewis, thank you for everything you did. Moving on, everyone mark your calendars. Christmas parade is coming up on December 6th at 10 a.m. It's the same route as it has been in years past. That following weekend, December 12th and 13th, I guess that's Friday, Saturday, we will have our is that our second annual? The Niceville Very Merry Christmas right here in the complex. So that is December 12th and 13th from 5 to 7:30 p.m. And the last thing I got is Happy Thanksgiving. Chief Hayes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Manager, Mr. Mayor, Council. Thank you for having me. I'm going to give you the statistics for October 2025 for the police department. During the month of October, the Niceville Police Department responded to 2,126 calls for police assistance. Some of the breakdown are 45 traffic crash reports involving 86 vehicles, 1 pedestrian. Officers issued 155 citations in addition to 138 warnings. There were 6 misdemeanor arrests, 1 DUI, and 10 felony arrests made. There was an additional crash. It was an electric bicycle crash, 85. Came off the crosswalk, and it was the bicyclist was found to be at fault. The statistics for the speed zone cameras for the month of October. There were a total of 1,245 approved citations. There were 82 that were rejected for various reasons. The breakdown was 284 on northbound Palm, 279 on southbound Palm, 218 on northbound Parton, and 464 southbound parking. 25 vehicles were towed, 9 AA, 9 roadside, and 7 by White's record. We had a total of 93 animal-related calls, which included 1 alligator, 3 bears, loose dogs, kittens, and 64 of those totals were kennel checks for the animals. We had a possum in the ceiling of the police department that Jonathan's folks came and got for us. Yeah, you did not climb up there. You made Philip climb up there. For the fiscal year 24-25, community police unit participated in over 100 events for the police department. One of the arrests that stand out for October occurred on the 23rd. We had a fentanyl trafficking arrest. There were 27.6 grams of fentanyl, which is almost, it's a little over half a pound, was seized and arrest made. That's enough to kill approximately 13,800 people, according to the DEA's calculations. City manager already covered the success of the Veterans Day Parade. We'd like you to join us on December 3rd at Black Rifle Coffee Company for Coffee with a Cop. Bring your questions and discussions. That will be sponsored by Live Oak. Excuse me. That's from 8 to 10 a.m. On December 5th, our annual Cocoa with a Cop, Toys for Tots Drive will be 5 to 7 at the police department. Santa Claus will be there. Bring unwrapped gifts for toys and tots, and drink cocoa, eat cookies, and visit Santa. Christmas parade is covered. That's all I have right now.
And again, that date for the Cocoa with the Cop was December the 5th?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
From 5 to 7 p.m.
Got it.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the speed cameras, how many did we have last month? It was less than that, wasn't it?
I do not have last month's.
No, ma'am.
Right now.
August was 1,700-ish, September was 1,800-ish,
Okay.
so it's
Decreasing some.
decreasing a
It's
little.
starting to go down a little bit.
Again, for everybody out in the audience, it's all about changing behavior. It's not about writing tickets and so forth and changing behavior. We want people to slow down so we won't get a kid or somebody hit in the school zone. Anybody else got any questions for the chief? Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Chief Kukulis, please.
Good evening, members of council. For the fire department, we had 183 emergency incidents for the month of October. Well, none of those were reportable overdoses. On that note, I know that's been a particular topic of interest. I did attend the County Regional Chiefs meeting earlier this week, and we were visited by Andrew Kindle from County EMS. He's a member of their post-overdose support team, and I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a grant-funded program that EMS runs, and they're particularly focused on reducing that overdose rate within the county. As you may or may not know, the county was 5th highest in overdose rates just a couple of years ago in the state of Florida. With that grant funding and their efforts, they've cut that nearly in half. What was 70, 80 calls a month in the county is now down to about 6 or 8 a month. So pretty drastic decrease. So it's a very successful program. They go out and visit with anyone that's been visited by EMS or had a reportable overdose. They go do a site visit with them within 24 to 72 hours and get them into programs and follow up with them. So they've also, through that grant funding, secured nearly 10,000 doses of Narcan that they're distributing throughout the county, and those are free of charge to anybody that wants them. I know the police chief's already arranged, and Niceville PD was one of the first agencies to have those available to them. The fire department is also going to be putting one of those public accessible boxes outside our facility, just in case there's any difference of access that people would like. So that'll be here later this week. We'll have those available, and they'll continue to restock those as soon as they're used. So it's a great program. I just wanted to highlight it and let you know that that's in place. Aside from that, we attended a lot of community events in the month of October. It was Fire Prevention Month, so we had over 20 plus programs that the crews and engine were out visiting with school programs particularly. We did hire a new admin assistant. Most of you already met her, Danny Pelkey, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we've now got some help on board since the last meeting. And she's working hard and getting us dialed in on all the programs we got to work on. We will also be doing CPR AED training mostly for our city employee staff coming up in December, and we're doing several other programs for community members also next year. Department update. We did Fire Ops 101, as all of you know, and thank you again for all of you attending. We had a great time with you. I hope it was educational for you.
When's 102?
We might just stay at the 100 level for you guys.
It's a one-on-one.
As well as you did.
It was
Right?
tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. I'm telling you.
I don't know if you all got to see this video. When do I need to click something to play this? Do you know?
Probably.
I'll let her give a shout out before I mess something up. But I don't know if this got out to all of you. We did put it up on some of our social media. But for those that are here in the audience and anyone watching out on the internet, we had just a quick couple-minute highlight reel here on what you guys got to do. So I thought it would be fun for us to play.
How embarrassing that I was that I couldn't do any of it.
Oh, you got dressed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost it.
That didn't last long. Kathy?
I did, I did it on purpose, so nobody said that. Full I was.
I saw you over here earlier.
I have to say, I learned a lot and have great appreciation for the fire department and what they have to do within seconds to get to
Amen.
a call.
Amen.
I couldn't even put the hat on my head, it was so heavy.
I've gone backwards 6 times. Oh, there you go.
So we're out here with the National Fire Department doing some fire training. Went through 4 different scenarios, and I think that the hardest part for me was not being able to see. The gear's heavy, the equipment's heavy, but not being able to see what you're doing was the hardest part. So, much love and respect for our firemen and firewomen of the fire service.
Always had tons of respect for you guys, but wow, this is like a newfound level of just appreciation. It is not easy. Super fun though. Well, I guess I just wasn't prepared for the impairment. Like it's totally dark, you can't really see. You can kind of hear, but it's muffled because everyone's wearing masks and it echoes, but definitely a little bit of sensory deprivation going on. So much harder, so much harder.
Outstanding.
Well, good job, all of you, and thank you to the production team that put that together, and Shanitra spearheading that as well. So I thought it was a fun day again, so appreciate your attendance. I've also been working with Shanitra on a rebranding project. I was going to bring it to you tonight, but I'm actually going to wait till the complete project's done. But we are changing the emblem and logo for the fire department. We're just positioning ourselves more for future growth, not being station specific, as we potentially have a future station or other visualization opportunities, and just we'll be changing up some of the color schemes, etc. So I'll present that to you when time's ready. We also took delivery of 2 new command vehicles. Those will be for battalion chiefs, and chief officers will be using those soon. So those are getting outfitted as we speak. New rescue and brush truck, we just finalized the specs on that, so those will be going into production here about 12 to 14 months before they're delivered though. Unfortunately, we did lose 2 firefighters since I last spoke with you, 2 outside agencies. One went to Ocean City Wright Fire District and one to South Walton County. We've got recruitment of new fire and EMS training division chief ongoing right now. So we've had a few applicants for that. We'll be interviewing for that here in the coming weeks. That'll be a huge asset to help get our EMS program up and running to the ALS level like I've spoken to you about. So I want to get that position in place first, and then we'll look at recruitment opportunities again for paramedics and firefighters. And we are in the process of a full SOP, SOG rewrite within the department and organization so that we've got everything covered. I was advised earlier today we'll be probably visited by ISO, that's the Insurance Service Offices that does our ratings, probably in March-ish. So all these elements will be important to have in place prior to that. We are assisting City of Valp with fire inspections and training right now while their chief's away on leave, and we're helping particularly with the new Okaloosa gas building as they're trying to final that. So Fire Marshal Webster's been instrumental in getting that done for them. We are engaging in what's called Echelon Front Leadership Training. It was developed by a Navy SEAL, Dr. Will, if you've heard of it, but we'll be starting that program. It's a robust leadership training program. We're putting all of our fire department personnel through it. It takes about a year to get through it. So it'll be kicking off here in the next coming weeks. And then as well as operations and tactics training started earlier this week. I'm teaching that all of our staff, as well as fire department members from East Niceville and Valpy attended that as well. That's going to, again, hopefully move us more towards a regional training and operational posture. So I'm excited about that. And then lastly, wanted to recognize firefighter Chris Stokes. He was nominated by his peers as the firefighter of the year for this upcoming year. And the Niceville Exchange Club had him out for lunch today. It was very nice of them, treated him to lunch and gave him a little treat. So we'll bring him back here in future months as we have other opportunities. But that's all I have, unless you have any questions for me.
Questions by the council?
Just the stuff you're doing for Valp, are we able to charge them for anything, or is it not work that way?
Right now, we're just being good neighbors. They're in a position without any inspector, so as far as inspection stuff, it's very de minimis amount of time. Obviously, we have ongoing needs in relationship. We'll revisit that. And the training stuff is just a quid pro quo. I really want them to be part of our training so that we can reestablish a rapport, relationships, and get them back as a response into the city that we haven't had since July.
Yeah, good.
Any other questions and comments?
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it.
Jonathan, please.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Mr. Knight. Good video, Chief K. I hope the council and Mr. Dykes and the mayor get ready. Me and Ernie are working on a date for you guys to get down to the bottom of lift station 30 and 4 rags.
They're gonna call it sludge ops.
Yes.
Sludge jobs, that's good.
They did on the reuse pipeline to Deer Moss Creek. All fittings are here, everything is here to complete that project. The county is back. They are laying pipe. They started back Monday. They have laid over 3,000 foot so far. It's about a 3.2 mile pipeline, so I cannot give you, it's hard to kind of give you a guess when they're gonna be done. It's a pretty long pipeline, but they are back laying. They have all the materials they need. So this will be done this year, finally.
This year or next year?
Or next year, sorry. Aquameters had a call this afternoon with Badger. They told me they have about 200 meters left to install. Should be done the first or second week of December. But I will be working with Mr. Bill on cleaning some things up before they receive final payment. Our sewer rehab is complete in Palm Estates area. We have approved the site plan for our new 1 million gallon water tank in Deer Moss Creek, and we'll be hopefully by Thursday submitting our FDEP permit for that. The sewer has been tied in on that road closure for the new Wawa store. That's coming along good. All the plans have been approved for the Greenbelt sewer. We have our FD permit back. It's been accepted. So we're working with our engineers on bid documents to get it out for bid. And that is a budgeted item that we budgeted for this year, get that done this year.
I apologize, I'm trying to watch it, Greenbelt Sewer.
So it's gonna be an upgraded sewer line from College Boulevard down to Cherrywood Court. Picks up all the flow in the north, a lot of the flow on the north side of town, and just giving it more capacity.
And sir, just to build on that, it's down North Cedar, but part of the reason for this upgrade was because of the dorms at the college.
The
there were 28 water calls, 16 sewer calls, made 9 water taps, had 5 sewer taps, and 385 live spots. We had a stormwater issue on Honeysuckle Way that we just completed. We have a drainage issue on Woods Drive that we will have completed before the holiday. We're working on adding 2 parking spots at the fire department. Should be pouring that Thursday and get it straight next week for public access. C.W. Roberts is back on Hill Lane, laying storm drain pipe, and then we'll be left with Basin roadway, so that's moving along good now, too. The sidewalk project is complete on Palm Boulevard, finally closed that out. We had one little issue on erosion at 1600 Palm, we're gonna be working on in-house, but that's not a big deal. You ready?
Ready,
You ready?
I'm ready.
So, this afternoon, the Board of County Commissioners approved Chavez Construction to install sidewalk on Valparaiso Boulevard. So,
3.5 years for them.
so they got approved this afternoon, they were the lowest bidder, so
Do you know
I'll
what
find out
the
from
bid-
Carice
what the bid
Lejeune.
was?
Huh?
Do you know what the bid was by chance?
Carice Lejeune, she was tied up when she called me this afternoon, talked to her this morning. She called me back this afternoon just to let me know it did get approved at the BCC meeting, but she'll call me tomorrow to go over everything else, so.
I'm sure they'll say the completion date is 3 years from now.
No.
Whenever I get that information, I'll give it to Mr. Dyson, he can reach out to you.
Outstanding.
Update on the NUP from Forest Road, from College Boulevard and Palm down to Forest, Rocky Bayou. You're probably wondering why you haven't seen any movement. Well, they actually, with the military shutdown and 103 gig permit, they couldn't keep waiting on. So they swapped sides instead of starting at College and Palm. They started at Rocky Bayou Drive and Forest, moving north. So that's underway. The Miracle League field has been bidded out. They do have a little bidder, until extra funds that the county needs to, construct the park. They will not reveal who the lowest bidder is. They're supposed to be releasing those funds pretty soon. But the playground equipment has already been bought, so it should be here sometime in December. So as soon as the county releases the funds, and the county can reveal who is the lowest bidder and go forward.
So what does that mean for starting?
Well, ma'am, we're waiting on the county, the commissioners to, like Jonathan said, the bids came in over projected budgets for both us and the county. And so the county went back to the Board of County Commissioners to get a couple extra $100,000. I don't envision any problems, but I don't have a timeline of when the county will release that money. The Public Works, I guess not Public Works Director, anyway, one of the deputy county administrators is working with the commissioners to secure that extra money. I think he has, just a matter of formality now to get it through the public hearing. So I anticipate we'll start construction, first quarter next year.
But once those funds are released, they already have a low bidder, they already have a construction company ready to go, so. Excuse me, they can reveal that once that happens, so it should be on good, like Mr. Dyke said. Also talked to Carice Lejeune today about the roundabouts the county will be installing at Cedar Avenue and College, and College Boulevard and Palm. They're at 30% design. They're supposed to meet with officials from Northwest Florida State College on aligning the driveway coming out of the college from like the EOC line, trying to realign that with Cedar Avenue to get it to fit. After that's complete, they will lose 60% design, so it's just a matter of the county meeting with Northwest Florida State College officials. So roundabouts are coming on College Boulevard. The paving of Highway 20 from Valpy to Edge Avenue has been moved from May of 26 to August of 26. Turkey Creek paving and bathrooms. We signed a task order earlier today for the stormwater and paving north side of Turkey Creek South bathrooms. We do have an on-site meeting there at 9 a.m. Thursday to go over, start the plan set. The bathroom renovation that was supposed to start in December has been pushed to January due to Ninja Flooring not being able to get to us to put the flooring down the bathroom until January the 6th. But that's a project that Mid-Bay Rotary is giving us $10,400 for. So that will be starting more in January. We will have portable set up to accommodate the people at the park, need to use the restroom or whatever during construction or renovation. Shouldn't take more than 3 weeks though, it should go pretty quick. Just, there's a lot of old people in the Rotary, so it depends on how long it takes them to paint. Sorry, but. Yes, ma'am, I
He
did.
said people that sometimes work a little slower.
Next couple of weeks, we'll be placing sidewalks on North Cedar Avenue, just some stuff we have broken up. We've had some complaints on, so we'll fix what we can. That is gonna cause a hazard. During the Christmas break, we're gonna be installing a crosswalk at the intersection of Juniper Avenue and Rhonda Drive. I actually carry the sidewalk out of Eagles Landing, go down Juniper, and then we'll cross at Rhonda. So we didn't decide to cross out of Eagles Landing to a 3-foot sidewalk you can't see. So we will come down out of Eagles Landing and then cross at Juniper, or Rhonda. After the Christmas break, we'll also be installing a new crosswalk out here in the complex after all the Christmas is taken down to get pedestrians safely to the kids' park. What we're gonna do is the eastern speed bump, we're gonna push it back and install the crosswalk with ramps. We'll put another speed bump in so kids can get through a crosswalk to the kids' park safer. And Mr. Dykes on that, so we plan on doing that after all the Christmas is taken down, just be a lot safer for our kiddos to get to the kids' park. Also, Emerald Coast striping, I'm waiting on we've already sent a purchase requisition. We're gonna be upgrading the striping coming northbound on Redwood when you get to Highway 20. When you're going north on Redwood, you get to 20, all the arrows are going, people don't know which way they're going. So we got Emerald Coast striping gonna upgrade that intersection so people know where they're gonna go. I'm just waiting on a date. Told me, Dalton from Emerald Coast striping told me today, hopefully before Thanksgiving, but he will let me know. Code compliance update, there are 37 cases in the month of October, 12 closed. There are 7 still open investigations and 18 courtesies. Scott Ward, can you come up, please? This is my favorite time of the night. I talk about a lot of stuff, but what people do, especially for me here in this city, I really appreciate. Scott's been from water and sewer, meter maintenance, went to recreation. 4 or 5 years ago, he got named safety director. He drives sanitation trucks. I lose my prison guard due to unnamed circumstances, and he takes them over. And he's always there when you need him. Scott, I really appreciate what you do for me and the city, this organization, Mr. Dodge, and just wanted to introduce you to the council and say really appreciate it. I
gotta tell you, Scott, I heard you talking this morning to the staff there, and you're saying, I don't know why I'm coming to the meeting tonight, but Jonathan told me to come to that meeting tonight. I wanted to say, I can tell you why you're coming to the meeting, but I didn't want to break open the surprise too soon. So, again, thanks for all you do. You are a great asset to the city of Niceville.
I'm happy to be here.
So one more thing, as Mr. Dyke was saying at Christmas in the complex, y'all come out and enjoy one of my glorious hay rides. Wendy thinks she can keep me locked down around the putting green, but it will never happen. Any questions?
All right, let's start with Miss Allen, then Mr. Shasta will move to you.
So I see all the stakes are up for the sidewalk on College and Forest. Do you have any update on that, when they're gonna start actually moving dirt?
No, they got working on, they actually trying to pull a fast one on us and started tearing out the old trail from Rocky Bayou Road down to Derby Downs without line spots. Ernie caught it, let me know, we got on the phone with them, so we're currently waiting on them to get call on utility locates so they can start excavating.
The other question is, I see they're gonna have to go over a waterway. Are they gonna build like a bridge, I guess?
Right, they'll come over, that part will be concrete tied into a culvert.
Okay.
Mr. Shasta?
Jonathan, you briefed on the aqua meters. And in our read aheads that we had, it says meter change out. So I did a total from July, August, September, and October, it's not July, but August, September, and October, I came up with 4,987 meters that we have changed out. Percentage-wise, are we at 75% finished or 80% finished? Or?
We should be about done by the second week of December. They weren't changing out every single meter, which was about 9,616 meters we have in the city. Just a percentage of the meters, and then the rest of them were retrofits, meaning the AMI system, the actual register that goes on the meter that does the reading to water billing. So we're probably over 90%.
Yes, sir, we only have about 200 left.
200.
Yeah,
Thank you.
as of this afternoon.
Are there any other questions for Public Works? Yes?
I just want to commend you on Valparaiso Boulevard. Remember when they came back, they wanted to split 50-50. You held your ground. Now the whole 400,000 is on the county,
Right.
as it should be, since you did the paving and some other stuff already, so, and the engineering.
So we did engineering, we spent $43,000 on the first 3 sections, and balls in their court.
Good job.
Anybody else have questions or comments for Public Works?
And Mayor, the only thing I would add, I want to echo Jonathan's comments about Scott. Dude is an absolute workhorse. He'll do anything that's asked. And those 2 gentlemen sitting in the back, oh man, holy cow, it's my right and left arm back there. And then there's Jonathan.
I'm in the middle.
Jonathan, as always, you guys and your team are top notch. Appreciate you much. And, you know, we realize that what our citizens get is extra out of Public Works, and we appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Do we have a building report tonight?
I think it was in your package.
Okay. The same thing with the finance report?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do we have any new business?
No, sir.
Well,
rounds expended.
okay, well, listen, we have Dacry and her team sitting back there. They've been waiting patiently. And I wanted to bring Dacry and her team up. And Dacry, you want to make a pitch, or you want to propose something, or you just want to brief us?
Yes.
Well, come on up.
First of all, I want to know how many of you know about America 250? You know what it is? Our nation's 250th birthday next July 4th. That's why I'm in this costume. And it's very hard to walk in, by the way. So, the Daughters of the American Revolution are very, very patriotic. So we have been trying to promote America 250 for...
Dacry,
Okay.
could you do me a favor? You can pull the microphone off there, I believe, and you can speak in. You can face the audience, but just speak in the microphone, because Mr. Schatzel here and a few others just need a little extra help to hear what's being said.
Yes, we've been trying to promote America 250 for the last 10 years. It's been the process. So next July 4th, it's going to be the big opening. And DIR is doing different things, and we're working with the SAR, we're working with different, I know the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce, and we will be probably tapping into the Niceville, Valparaiso Chamber of Commerce, and Crestview Chamber of Commerce. So these are all areas that we're going to be talking about. But specifically, I want to say something about Mayor Hinkle and the wonderful town of Niceville. I don't know if, Mayor Hinkle was very, very, very supportive when I approached him about putting in what's called a Liberty Tree. And that Liberty Tree was planted, I think, in March, and it's really growing well. So, thank you very much. Yes. And it's going to, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about a Liberty Tree, and then I'm going to go on and talk about something else. The Liberty Tree was something that was used in colonial times, because of course they didn't have phones, and most people couldn't afford newspapers and stuff like that. So they would have notices put out on a tree in the area. Or people would come and talk at the Liberty Tree. So, if you're wondering what it is and why it was chosen in the story, the Liberty Tree is a large tree. The one that specifically we started with was a large tree that was planted in colonial Boston in 1646 and was nearly 120 years old by the time of the American Revolution. The area under its branches became a popular meeting place for Boston citizens. The Sons of Liberty, a secret society who advocated for the rights of colonists, would meet there at the tree and stage protests. In 1765, large protests occurred, specifically to argue against the Stamp Act. Does anybody remember that from your American history? A crowd of protesters did take an effigy of the house of the local tax collector, and they proceeded to behead and burn the likeness before assaulting his home. He retired the next day, by the way. The next year, the Stamp Act was repealed, and the citizens of Boston gathered again at the Liberty Tree, and lanterns were hung at the branches for celebration. This Liberty Tree continued to be a place for protests and public displays through the 1770s, but the British cut it down. Yes, they did. They have replanted it, and after that time, there were all the other big cities joined forces and put Liberty trees up. But because we have our own we were the first city in Okaloosa County to put up a Liberty tree. Thank you so much, Mayor Hinkle. Would you please come forward? And if anybody wants a flyer, here, take these and just pass them around. And I have some candy back there and some other things. We have, the Daughters of the American Revolution are so proud and are very honored to present you with this DAR America 250 commendation. It's demonstration of the extraordinary effort in raising awareness of the revolutionary patriots and America's 250th anniversary. This is your certificate, and this is your medal.
Wow. That is awesome. Hold that right there. We'll put that right there. We got cameraman?
She got it, sir.
She got it, all right.
She's coming, looks like she's coming around.
She's coming around.
And we have a much better certificate for you that the framer didn't quite get done for today, so it will be coming, so.
All right. Thank you.
Like I said, I was so excited when he said yes to this Liberty Tree. You just can't imagine it. I am the current president, or region as they call it, of Choctawhatchee Bay chapter of the American Revolution. And our Children of the American Revolution did participate in the parade this past week, for 2 years now. So
That's awesome.
thank you again.
You're welcome. You know, I just want you to know that Daiquiri is so active with the Daughters of the American Revolution and supporting various functions within and around our area. And I appreciate what you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bet.
It's been such a pleasure to get to know him. But he does so much for our chapters too, so he gave us another proclamation for our Constitution Week. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
It's right next to talk about, you know, that park.
Anybody have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I do remember you from the Liberty Tree, and then I just got inducted in the Sons of the American Revolution, tracing my history back to the Revolutionary War. So my brother's in, my sister's getting ready to get in. So I just think what you guys do, the DAR makes the SAR look cheap. Because you guys just get it done. So I thank you for that, because you guys are an inspiration to those that are with the Sons.
See, they started the Sons of the American Revolution first, but they denied women the opportunity to be in it. So the women got their own society.
And surpassed us.
Yes. So we have 112 chapters across the state of Florida alone. I think we have something like 11,000 members. So, And if anybody's interested in becoming a daughter or a son, please let me know. We will welcome you. We have people that can find your patriots. Almost everybody, unless you know your family member came over in the last 100 years, you probably have somebody, because you did not have to fight. One of my patriots raised the pigs to feed the army, so. All right, thank you again.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to do with the council first, and then we'll do. So, Mr. Tolbert, do you have anything you want to share with us?
No, sir.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes. I'd like to give a early thank you to Public Works and Lynn Waltz because it's starting to look a little bit like Christmas around the complex here.
Thank you. Ms. Alley?
I don't have anything.
All right. Mr. Rominger? Mr. Stoffer?
I do. I just want to say, greatest city I've ever lived in, Niceville is, and I also want to thank you, the Veterans Parade, 2 years in a row. We as veterans think it's very important. I was looking for you. I found you in the fire truck. I saw you in a picture somewhere. And then just what's been accomplished. I mean, I am overwhelmed. I appreciate Jonathan and taking care of the Valpy Boulevard for those children. To me, those children on the road, we got to get them off. They're on the sidewalk now. The hires that you've done, Chris being one of the latest ones, I think, and your budget people and everybody else. So thank you for a job well done. I'm just telling you, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of work you get done and the people that you inspire to get it done. So keep up the great work.
And I want to echo what's been said. Again, we've got a great staff here under great leadership, and you guys make wonderful things happen within the city here. I get more feedback from people about the great things that you continue to do, and I appreciate that. And one last thing for the council, just a reminder that we do have the Northwest Florida League of Cities Christmas banquet coming up on the 18th of December. We are hosting here at our community center. So if you haven't already signed up, please do so. With that, I will now open it up to the citizens to come before the council on an issue they want to. Let me just give you the ground rules again. So if you have something that you want to bring forth to the council, please understand you get 3 minutes. Make your point quickly, because I will cut you off at 3 minutes. Please make it civil and respectful. And last but not least, again, thank you for all that you do as citizens of the city. So with that said, do we have anybody that wants to come before the council on any issue? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
It's Susan Hudson, 201 Alonzo Court, Niceville, Florida. I had some home repairs done on my house November, December last year. And I looked the contractor in the eye and I said, are you licensed in the state of Florida to do these repairs? And he looked me in the eyes and said, yes. And I said, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you screw me, I want an orgasm out of it. Because one other time, I got screwed. Well, I've been dealing with this since November last year, and I got nothing from the city. I kept calling, trying to get code enforcement to come, and they never would. So I have finally turned that over to the state of Florida. And I talked to David, and he told me that an officer had went and talked to Randy Eubanks, who was the guy that did the work. I have an email from Wendy, who finally said, after the police chief and David both told me that an officer went and talked to Randy, that said that a police officer never went and spoke with Randy Eubanks. After this one and this one told me that they had, okay? My house has not passed inspection. And then I had the county, he called the county and a guy named Bailey, and I can't pronounce his last name, came to appraise my house for tax purposes. And I said, why is it being appraised? I didn't have anything done. I had repairs done. And I said, it hasn't even passed inspection. So then, my neighbors behind me, their briars, vines, everything else was growing up between my fence, and they were cracking it. And I had snakes and rodents coming underneath my fence. I knocked on their door a couple of times. I called code enforcement. Alan told
You
me
got 30 seconds, ma'am.
that I needed to take pictures. And I asked him to send me something. Well, this is the response I got from David. He said, one more thing, Miss Hudson, while my code compliance team was at your neighbor's house and examining the backyard, they noticed an accessory structure shed in your backyard that is likely in violation of the city setback
That's
rules.
3 minutes, ma'am.
So I asked
You
him
want,
for
please
code.
leave the rest of your comments,
Okay.
and we will take them. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Would anybody else like to come for the council on any issue? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Chris Schwantz, 906 Regatta Drive in Niceville. I wanted to thank the good folks on their day off. We had an emergency where I guess they were digging for the new gas lines or whatever, and took out our water. And these guys came and, on their off day and holiday and stuff to fix it. There's been other stuff that happened before, and they were out there, Johnny on the spot, looked like, the guys are going on. And I appreciate them and what they do, and, I know they don't probably get thanked enough by the citizens, but just want to say thank you for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Would anybody else like to come before the council on any issue? Seeing none, once again, I want to thank you all for being here tonight, for participating, and again, being great citizens to this great city. Thank you for your support, and you all have a blessed evening. This meeting is adjourned. Ms. Hudson, if you have additional statements you want to leave with us, we'll take it.
You're here.
I sent you an email back, by the way, so.
Yeah, that's my grandson. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, generally speaking, we'll be good for a little while, but it's good to have it.
Well, I asked about it.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Well, when you're going, you know how the back entrance, the back end right there was there, so it's like a vehicle on the right. You're gonna get rid of it. Oh, really? That's right. You look that way and I'll drive that way. It's all good, and I just thought of something maybe